Hey, Dustin Hockensmith here with Jeremy Elliott. We are your fantasy football insiders for PennLive.com. We're getting together today, Jeremy, to talk about the Houston Texans tight ends. We're not talking about big names here, C.J. Fiedorowicz and Ryan Griffin, but we're talking about Bill O'Brien, the Texans head coach, former offensive coordinator in New England, former head coach at Penn State University, which is right around us, has a history of using tight ends and using them well and leveraging them to his advantage in the passing game. And you started to see that play out, Jeremy, in week 4. Fiedorowicz was 4 for 45 yards, caught an impressive 10-yard touchdown. Ryan Griffin's caught 11 passes over the last 2 weeks. You'll see a little bit of a 1-2 punch here, but my suspicion here, Jeremy, is that Fiedorowicz is a better athlete, a better overall tight end, and will do more damage in the red zone moving forward. So he's my recommendation of these two, and maybe one of the better waiver wire tight ends available. A little speculation, you haven't seen a lot of proof of it, but very encouraging.
I like what I'm seeing. Like you said, he's a good athlete, good hands, and Bill O'Brien likes using the tight end. We remember Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski in New England. So I expect kind of the same mix to be down in Houston, maybe a little lighter, obviously, because Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez are really, really good. But Fiedorowicz, I think he's the guy. I think you give him the edge over Griffin at this point. And if I'm looking for a tight end on the waiver wire, he's one of the guys I'm considering.
Another guy, Hunter Henry from San Diego, 2 starts without Antonio Gates, who missed weeks 3 and 4 with a hamstring injury. And Hunter Henry, 9 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown in that stretch. Caught that touchdown in week 4. Looked like he could have had another 1 or 2 there as well. So Gates is expected to be back in week 5, which creates a little bit of an issue when you're trying to forecast what Hunter Henry is going to do. But he's a second-round pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, a very big, fluid athlete. I think his ability to catch the ball and do a lot of damage in the passing game and the red zone as well is legitimate. And I think what you're going to start seeing, Jeremy, is a real transition from Antonio Gates to Hunter Henry, who's their next franchise tight end. They hadn't had one to succeed Antonio Gates to this point.
I think this is the guy. I mean, I watched him get down the seam, got down in a hurry, showed good hands in the end zone. Really nobody could stay with him. I like Hunter Henry to eventually take that job and be the guy there. Plus, Phillip Rivers throws it around a ton because they trail a lot. I think you could see Gates and Henry on the field at the same time. And I think Hunter Henry could be targeted just as many times. I like him. And if you're in a dynasty league where you have to stash guys for the future, Hunter Henry's your guy.
He is a good keeper prospect, especially in formats where you are giving up the draft pick where you took Hunter Henry, or in the case probably here taking him on the waiver wire. I would still recommend him. Remember, Antonio Gates is 36 years old. He's got a lot of tread on those tires, and I think you're going to see him get into more of a specialized role. He'll still be a factor, but a lesser one. The snaps will start to close the gap. Henry will on Gates. So we'll see. Those are the 3 big names on the waiver wire at the tight end position. We like Fiedorowicz and Hunter Henry especially, even with Gates back in the mix. That's Jeremy Elliott. I'm Dustin Hockensmith. We are your fantasy football insiders on PennLive.com.